Hello, my darlings. This is Rowan. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, I am glad you decided to come back. And here we are with Remothered, Tormented Fathers. Now, if you remember back in the last summer, I played this. I played the beta version of this, and it was a ton of fun. And I have been so excited to play the full release of this, and I'm finally getting around to it. And yes, we will finish up the inpatient, and there will be a new makeup tutorial. I'm just waiting on some new makeup to arrive, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been supporting the channel, and let's go ahead and do this. Now, first off, I have played the entrance part like 3 fucking times now because there's been mess ups in the recordings. So we're going to try this one more time. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy going. Yeah, we'll just go over that. That's fine. That's fine. And the loading screens are quite long, so I am going to skip those. I'll cut those out rather. And the as per usual, I will not be talking over the cutscene, so that means unfortunately there's not going to be a lot of conversation in the first part of this game. So, okay guys, let's go ahead and cut over to the start of the game.
So, is it all true?
What have you heard already?
That illness. It thickened the bones. It accelerated the healing process and tissue regeneration. Is that all true?
Every word.
But if that's what it was doing, why call it an illness?
The Lepidopterans made a nest out of the human body where they could eat and multiply. An illness is what it is.
But then?
Where do you want me to start?
From the beginning.
Professor McGonagall!
My memory is not one of my strong points.
Well, for example, why do they call you Madam Svenska?
A name is just a trace. It is our business card, our identifier. It presents us to the world. But does it tell our story or really describe who we are?
I swear I know 3 or 4 idiots with the same exact name.
Well, yes. But we are not made of that name. It is given to us. Other people choose it for us, whether it suits us or not. It doesn't tell us who we really are. That name will not give us any answers. It is only through growing old that we become the answer to the questions of our childhood. And living in Sweden the last 30 years has definitely inspired this affectionate moniker. And so, Madam Svenska it is.
And yet you come back to Italy. Why?
Because I forgot. But I also forgot that I had promised to remember.
Tell me.
Please excuse me. Sometimes my memory needs to be jogged. There's always been a song that, as well as the name you refer to so much, has labeled my whole life, has given it a name, and it's from a name. If you can believe how bizarre and sometimes unbelievable my confused memories are to describe that all this began.
Alrighty, so here we are in the interest part, but all this, the music, I'm going to have to change because I'm pretty sure this music is copyrighted, and I really don't want a copyright strike on my channel. So unfortunately, if you want to hear the music, you can go and probably watch somebody else's video who would not get copyright strike, because YouTube likes to do that to small channels, which is a pain in the butt. But I am so excited to play this, and I apologize now if you hear some weird sounds in the background of my audio. I have my air conditioner going because it is meltingly hot. It is so freaking hot. I am dying. Dying, I tell you. So that's why it's, I'm recording everything in my bedroom because that's where I have an air conditioner. And honestly, that's where my desk and most of my recording equipment is at. So, just trying to not die of the heat. And Yeah, some of the cutscenes are a little shaky, and don't believe that's totally the game. Some of that is my recording stuff making it just a little bit joggly, but it's not too terrible. So I just want to apologize for that right away. And she looks so much like Clarice Starling, so you'll hear me calling her Clarice on occasion. And from what I remember from the interview stuff, that was intentional. So at least we know that much. So I'm excited to see what happens. I love the lighting in this game, though. It's really good. And light and shadows and sounds are very important. If you didn't watch the original beta demo game of this, there will be a link in the annotations if you want to go ahead and watch those. And a lot of this intro stuff is already in there, but we will I'm praying so much that this works out, because this is my third time doing this, guys. Third time. This game is kind of like when I record Silent Hills. The Silent Hill games have a tendency to be a pain in the ass to get recorded, because the recording equipment, for whatever reason, does not always seem to like Silent Hill. Okay, written, directed, and produced by Chris Darrell. And yes, like I said, since I did the first part 3 times! 3 times! I already know where to go. Yep, it is going to be raining. Joggy jog. And she is not the best at jogging. Okay. And you might hear my keyboard clack. I'm using a separate keyboard thing, and it's new, and I wanted to come over here. Well, I don't think this is important. I don't know either. So we got movie poster. Cut here, cut there. Shears on screen, October 31st, 1971. So we are in the 70s. Or at least the 80s. So, and this woman, because she's a smoker, will huff and puff if you run too long. So you'll see me running, at least initially, in spurts. And we got missing child poster, Celeste Felton, and you can read all of that if you want to, and just pause the video. So, okay, Miss Celeste Felton has vanished. And like I said, if you go and watch the demo part, or you watched the demo part of this, then you've already seen all this stuff. Okay, I always feel anxious when looking at some icons. Icons and mirrors. Herky Durky. Dr. Richard Felton and Associates, Notary Studies.
Who is it?
Yes, hello. I'm Dr. Reed from the Santa Margarita Institute.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Felton is no longer a patient.
I know. This is why I'm here. Hello? Anyone?
What a bitch. Bitch, don't hang up on us. Okay. Da 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 da. We're gonna break into your house. Gonna break in your house, and I'm gonna go look around. Oh, I love the music for this game, though. These guys really just... The Chris Darrell guy, like, really killed it on the audio and the game, and the music at least. Now, when I played the demo, there was, of course, because it was beta, there was some problems and things like that. And it mostly came from the audio cues that, like, when the guy was chasing you, it sounded like he was right on top of you when he was, like, 2 floors away. And as far as I can tell, like I said, because I've played this intro part like 3 times now, that they fixed that. And the first time I saw this, when you see this from out there on the road, it almost looks like a bus kiosk, but it's not. It's a potting shed. Okay, let's slalom around. Okay. Not going to run too much. We're going to kind of give her little breaks here and there. I mean, look how beautiful this is. And this is, he built this off, oh man, look how nice. All this got built off of the Unreal 4 engine. So, this is really super good. And I am like so excited to be playing this game. Because this game is kind of like, almost like it feels like Silent Hill. And when the beta first came out, it was right after that Kojima incidents and all that happened, and they were like, okay, there's going to be no more Silent Hill and all that. So, you know, things were really, you know, up in the air in the horror world. It's like, oh my god, what are we going to do? What's coming next? Are we going to have any more interesting horror games? And shit just popped into existence, and that's okay. Like I said, this was a completely indie developed game. These guys, you know, I don't know the full story of how they built this, but, you know, it was just a couple of guys, as far as I know. And, you know, it's not a, you know, this Chris Darrell guy, you know, got all the funds and helped build all this. And, I mean, it looks amazing. This looks so super good. Okay, here we go.
Good evening.
Miss Reed, you already told me at the intercom, and as I already told you, Mr. Felton is no longer a patient at the Scientific Institute.
I came here voluntarily, outside the Institute.
So what do you want?
I am personally re-examining your case. Causes, reagents. I strongly believe there are alternative ways and probably other experiments that are worth a try. I am fighting with the Institute to recognize there are other adequate remedies for your husband's pathology.
Oh, no, please. I'm just assisting him. I'm his nurse.
I didn't know.
It's okay. I suppose you want to talk to him.
Thank you.
I apologize for the darkness, but Mr. Felton's sight has been damaged and immensely compromised because of the disease. Anyway, I am Gloria. Oh, and please, refrain from smoking inside. Mr. Felton hates the smell of smoke.
Sorry.
That ashtray sounded very wet. Like, shh. All right, here we go again. And I really love how they finally got the audio cues and stuff like that fixed, and you'll be able to hear that shortly. I guess I will stop babbling over their talk.
Only for your health, but it's also very expensive. Money and time wasted. I have so much to do every day. I couldn't waste time with such a bad habit.
Do you assist Mr. Felton all day?
Oh no, from midday to 8 p.m. Then I go back home. I live near here. If needed, he can contact me with a pager, but that's not often. His wife takes care of him.
What can you tell me about her?
I met her just a couple of times. She's usually out or locked in her bedroom when I'm here. Let's say they don't seem to get along.
I didn't know.
But, you know, when she's home, she listens to the same music, the same song, over and over.
Okay, you hear that? How things get muffled when they're like around the corners and stuff like that. In the beta version, it did not do that. So when you were running from Mr. Felton, it sounded like he was right on top of you, even if he was like 2 stories overhead. And it was like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? It was freaky.
This way, please. Mr. Felton will be here in a few minutes.
Okay.
And again, my apologies for the jaggy cutscenes. I think that's my recording equipment being a little janky, and I'm praying, oh my god, I'm praying that it works out, because this is, like I said, the 3rd time I've done this. 3rd time I've been trying to record this, and it's like, okay, I know this whole intro, like, by heart now. Excuse me, a little hiccup. Okay. Let's go do our little investigating. Okay. Coronation of a virgin. A young girl gazes into the sky above with stunned eyes, and lightning hits her, but something is out of place from the dark sky that threatens. Storms are descending the hideous hands of strange creatures. This picture makes me feel uncomfortable. Okay, as far as I know, the guy who developed this is not a native English speaker, so there might be a little oddities when it comes to some of the written things. And y'all can read that. I will go slow and you can just pause it and read it. Basically, there was a accident at the farm with some chemical agents and people got really sick and it was awful. So if you want to read all that, just pause it. It's very small print and it's kind of hard for me to read. Oh, shit, I hit the wrong button. Anyways, on the back, it just says that, oh my God, you're an asshole. I know where, your daughter's not really your daughter. You nutless wonder. And I'm going to tell her because fuck you. And I'm going to not talk over the cutscenes as usual, because these are going to be some important ones.
Well, it would be too easy, wouldn't it? I believe in people's willpower. Everything else is not God, but an aptitude for mankind's cruelty.
This is the kind of fairy tale I prefer at my age. When you're worn out from an incurable disease, you start having some doubts. Why is there so much life in such small but lethal creatures? An arbiter, that's all we need.
For what? It's wrong and crazy. It's human nature.
That same nature in which we are equals to those ants eating each other. But, pardon me, I forgot my manners. Please, sit down. Dr. Reed, I suppose?
Sorry, Mr. Felton. Pleased to meet you.
So you already met Gloria?
Yes, she let me in.
She's a great reference, extremely hardworking, but back to us. I don't recall seeing beautiful doctors like you at the Institute, Dr. Reed.
I am flattered, Mr. Felton. I arrived at the Institute just a few months after you left. And you left because?
Inadequacy of the sanitary treatments within the structure.
That's right. And in a few words?
In a few words, they didn't know how to treat my case, and they left me there to die.
But it seems that other issues took over.
I once or twice refused to go through exams.
Mr. Felton, is there anything I can do for you?
Oh, Gloria. Yes, see if Dr. Reed needs anything.
Oh, no.
May I offer you a cup of tea or coffee? Espresso?
No, thank you.
As you wish. How about you, Mr. Felton?
No, thank you. I'll keep entertaining our guest. You can go now.
You're diagnosed? 1958?
Yes, indicatively. Some friends and I contracted the disease while traveling to Egypt, and it got worse.
In addition to the disease, the first exam showed some inconsistency. Some hormonal deficiency? Overdose of non-prescribed drugs, opiates, minoxidil? Wasn't it recalled in the mid-60s?
Doctor, don't you think that nowadays there are ways to obtain drugs without any prescription?
I believe so. According to your file, you still receive your disability pension. Even better, it seems that the beneficiary is your wife, Ariana Gallo.
Exactly. She's the one who takes care of me when Gloria is off.
How about your daughter?
My daughter, Celeste, has never come back home.
Disappeared. She was adopted, am I right?
The investigators confirmed that she intentionally left. They never suspected a kidnapping since there was no ransom request.
How about Weeman? Wasn't he a suspect?
A flash in the pan, an idiot who brought confusion by sending warnings and threats.
And her birth parents?
Dr. Reed, young girls often decide to just go. And this is what my daughter decided to do.
Jennifer.
What did you say?
At times, you'd call her Jennifer.
No, my
Mr.
daughter.
Felton, what has really happened to your daughter?
I just told you.
How about the off-the-record version?
I am not sure where you're trying to go with this, but I won't tolerate. I don't have the strength for this now.
I know you've been trying to forget her, but this picture might help you to.
What is this? Where did you get this picture?
Isn't she your daughter? Celeste, or as you called her? Jennifer?
I asked you a question.
Back of the picture says Jennifer.
There is no Jennifer!
You thought I was stupid, didn't you, Mr. Felton? Do you really think I'd come here without knowing what I'm talking about?
Who are you, and why did you come here? Did you come to my home to threaten me with your condescending
Threatening
tone?
you? So maybe I should ask your wife then.
She's not home.
Seems like she is.
Mr. Felton, I just talked to the director of the Institute on the phone. They have never heard of Dr. Reed. She is not what she claims to be.
Well, Miss Reed, if that is your real name, your time here has ended. Please, leave my property. Miss Gloria will escort you out.
Please follow me.
Mr. Felton, please, tell me what you did to your daughter!
Good evening.
Follow me.
Mr. Felton.
You know the way. How do you even...
How do I do what?
How do you even sleep at night? You use people's lives regardless of the pain you cause. The Feltons have been through a lot. And they are good people.
Gloria, a young girl disappeared.
We all know the story, unfortunately. A burden that the Feltons will have to carry for the rest of their lives. Celeste just left them.
If that was the case, there was a motivation behind it. And it threatened her life.
Alrighty. So, what we know so far is Mr. Felton has some sort of disease. It was something that he claims came from Egypt, but the papers are saying was some sort of chemical agent from the farm. So, which one is it? We don't know. And somewhere in the process, the daughter went missing. You know, we don't know if the daughter is Celeste or Jennifer or what the hell's going on. But we will find out. And as soon as we get to a save point, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording because I forgot my timer. Alright, let's sneak in. Clarice, are you sure this is a good idea, Clarice? Probably not. That's okay. Well, we know it's not. It's a horror game. It's never a good idea. Okay. And I wonder how come she's not, like, soaking freaking wet. She running through the rain and shit. And was standing out there in the rain waiting for the nursemaid lady to leave. Would we like to save your game? Why, yes, I would like to save my game. So, I want to say thank you to everybody who has been supporting the channel, and thank you to everybody who is supporting this video series. And I am having a blast playing it. I know there wasn't a whole lot of playtime, at least initially. We're going, you know, but of course it's the start of the game. There's all the cutscene stuff and the story building stuff. But this is awesome. I am having a great time, and I want to say thank you to everyone so much. Okay, disable tutorials, okay, flashlight, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so anywho, I want to say thank you guys, and if you're enjoying this video series, give us some thumbs up, leave a comment down in the comment section. I'm happy to reply to them all, the good, the bad, the ugly. If you want to keep up with this video and with the other videos that are coming out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And down in the description will be a link to the Facebook page. You're also more than welcome to go check over there or to leave a message there. Again, I am always happy to reply. And on that note, I will stop babbling. So, okay guys, I love you and I will see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.